Hi, and welcome back to Wicked Ones Tarot. My name is Carmen. We did get cut off for the last reading. So basically, what we've got today is, I think, like a refreshingly honest and mature conversation between two people that have probably been on a few dates or had some really compelling conversation. But at the end of the day, realized that the attraction or the chemistry may not be sufficient to justify a relationship, or you might just have not the greatest alignment in terms of your lifestyle, things that you want to achieve long term, or the type of life you want to live. And I feel like we have people just kind of talking through, like, I've really enjoyed getting to know you, but I don't know if it's gonna go anywhere long term. Should we just be friends? Again, it's like refreshing though. I don't really sense any toxic energy or any desire to be like petty or throw hands, anything like that. So let's go in spirit with a little bit of magenta. Wow, that was a lot. I hope you can forgive me for that. On my last live, I was letting you all know that I have a new internet service getting put in Friday morning. So I really do appreciate you watching my videos, liking, subscribing, all of that to hold us over until Friday. And I'll still try to get some lives in as long as you can be patient with me. We've got, like I said, a pretty mature conversation about, I've enjoyed getting to know you, or it's been fun going on these dates, but I think we maybe are looking for different things. Hello, dude. Hello, Redbeard. Hello, King the Eagle. Hello, Elise. How we doing? Hello, Illuminati. I keep hearing things and it's weirding me out, okay, you guys? I think it's just my neighbor doing like yard work, but sometimes it's a bad thing that I have really good hearing. All right. So we've got the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, the Two of Pentacles, and the Seven of Wands in the reverse. I do feel like we had the Seven of Wands in the reverse already. Was there the Seven of Pentacles as well? I don't see it. This is basically just saying, like, look, I think I need to pull back. I've invested, but if we really think about the situation, it seems more risky than anything else. We may potentially, miss out on hanging out with people that are more aligned with what you're looking for. So for some of you, you may just decide, that's all right. That's how it goes. Best of luck. And for others of you, this person may actually end up becoming a really close friend of yours. We have breakthrough, milestone, epiphany, climax, advancement, and quantum leap. Whispers, depth, inward, meditation, higher self, and existence. But the mere fact that you're able to approach the situation as maturely as you do, I really feel it kind of like, sorry guys, I really feel like it like catapults you into that next level as far as your romantic life. That Four of Wands is is a little bit of like a reference to, I want something serious. I'm not interested in just like the situationship or, talking stage. But I also feel like it's about your ascension, your ability to recognize that, might have worked on the old me or might have been tempted, 5 years ago. But now I know a little bit more about who I am and what I want. And I want to be making the right choice. We have journey, road, planes, distance, movement, relocation, and visits. And energy, life force, chakras, Reiki, intangible, subtle, and crystals. You have propelled yourself forward by making the right choice. It's like your spirit guides are sitting like backstage watching you make your choices in life. And they're like, oh, good job. Good show. Excellent. 10 out of 10. Oh, this is great. This is great. They're stoked for you. You've learned an important lesson and you're no longer getting caught up by the shiny things, right? The elements of somebody's personality or their looks that are really tempting and you like that, but it's still not for you. It's like when you're at a buffet or just like a feast, right? And in my mind, obviously I'm hungry. The way I'm viewing it is there's a whole table full of desserts, okay? And you could try to eat the whole table. There might be some people that would get mad at you for like eating all of it. But if, you're an adult, you're probably going to think, okay, I've already had some food. Let's find the dessert that I most like and we will eat that, right? Right? Yes, I'm saying your dating life is like a dessert buffet table. You're welcome. We have number 7, the snake, and number 22, the paths. I am a mature individual. I do not need to make all of these jokes, but let's just be real. Some of you have made choices in the past that may have been overly influenced by your physical attraction to somebody. Yeah, those were the jokes I was going to make. But it ended up catching you off guard when you realized that they might have been really attractive, but they were super toxic. Like the hot crazy scale. I do feel like there's something here about whoever you've encountered having some element of their personality or their general vibe. It's similar to somebody that has broken your heart in the past. And it may have been just a little bit tricky for you to be like, thanks, but no, I'm good. Hello, Chandlo. Hello again, Laura. How we doing? Hello, Dan. How are you? So you have made the right choice. You have excelled beyond what you normally used to do, which is why I put this in a playlist for temptation. This is somebody that would normally have tempted you, and you might have gotten caught up in a little bit of a not great connection. But instead, you're choosing to move forward, see what else is out there, and be a little selective, right? We have the house and the rider, Rider. It turns out that rejection really is protection, and your denial of this, your determination to not settle and only be like open for the kind of connections that really make sense for you. This pulls in or opens up the opportunity for you to meet somebody legit, too legit to quit. This is somebody who shows up, and I feel like it's a weird way that you meet this person. Either they live real close to you. I don't know if they're like at the same park as you. I don't feel like this is online at all. I feel like there's somebody that you meet in person and there's just like sparks that fly. All right, let's see. This is, I thought I dropped some. This is the Jack-o'-lantern tarot. Hello, Dino. Hello, Deborah. How are we doing today? We've got the 7 of Wands, the King of Cups, and the 2 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, like, get it. This is great. You're making the right choice for you, and the universe, those spirit guides or whatever, sitting backstage, watching you all proud. They're like, all right, send in the good one now. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do. Now that they've, walked away from the not as great option, let's send in the real one. They're like excited to see what you do. You're ready for the big leagues, right? The real stuff. So we have 6 of Cups, Hanged Man, and the World. Look, I mean, we've all been there, right? You get a little bit older. Sorry, I have to make sure my table's still like the leaf is up. You get a little bit older and you have to kind of like retire some of those things that were, I don't know, a little bit of like the adolescent attractiveness, right? I'm thinking of Lauryn Hill's, I don't know, what do they call them? Like interludes. There were like speaking parts. It was like a dude talking to some teenagers about like, what's love? And he says something like, it's more than like, oh, we got nice jeans, right? Like you have a more established understanding of what works and what doesn't. And you're bringing in like a new chapter of love because you don't want to get caught up in the same things that you thought were attractive or the energies that you used to get caught up. It's not like that anymore. And I feel like it makes it that much easier for you to find that needle in a haystack kind of love. So we've got the Six of Swords. Things are getting better for you in your love life. Huzzah! Hello, was it Aidster? Aidster? I can't remember. I'm sorry. There's been a lot going on trying to find an internet thing. Hello, Shin. How are you doing? Hello, is it Daniel? I hope you're having a good day. You have the Ace of Cups in the reverse, Ten of Cups in the reverse, and the Queen of Swords. So for some of you, you're about to meet somebody who has just moved to town. Maybe you've just moved. Maybe you're looking for a new social community. You might be like joining a bowling league or deciding to play volleyball. I loved volleyball, but I haven't played it in forever. There's some way you meet somebody new. It's outside of your friendship group. And again, I don't really feel like it's online stuff. This is a general reading, so take it how it resonates. But there's something here about sparks flying rather organically. Hanging out in nature, playing some sports, something like that. We've got the Knight of Pentacles and Judgment. It is crucial that you are single and ready to mingle when you meet this person, because they're going to be like dazzled by you. And I think you're going to be pretty captivated by them. We've got the Nine of Swords in the reverse. I feel like this is somebody who's showing up at the right time to make sure you don't lose faith in love. You've had a bit of a battle, maybe a bad breakup recently or in the last year. And it's like the universe wants to be like, don't worry, it hasn't been for nothing. There's good stuff out there for you. And then the yoga place. I like it. What else? Settling, accepting less than you deserve. And rendezvous, engaging in secret sexual escapades. See, this is what you were almost going to get caught up in. And if you had gone down that path, you would not necessarily be able to meet this new person, right? But again, there's a temptation. And I kind of feel like this means you may meet and have sparks fly with this new person who really is a good match for you, and have somebody from your past, possibly even the one that you rejected at the beginning of the reading. They may be coming back in to, just see if you maybe are down with a one-night stand. Resist. You are not a garden tool. I heard you. Not anymore. I'm just kidding. We've got the future. Becoming clear about your vision of the future. Stop looking in the back mirror or the rear view mirror, because those kinds of connections, those are a thing of the past. And I don't feel like I have to convince you. I do feel like there's going to be a moment of temptation. There may be some hesitation, like, oh, you really do look good in those jeans, though. But you don't need people that aren't serious, because you're looking for something serious, right? If you're not, this isn't your reading. So because you know what you want, you're able to let go of this temptation to get involved with people that lead a double life. People who want to say they're interested in a relationship, but then they talk to multiple people. This person that you rejected is that kind of person. They would lead you on, or, make it seem like they wanted a relationship, but they were not looking for commitment. Like I said, there was sexual chemistry here, but no depth. And so this is what you're putting behind you, right? Right. Also, my apologies if my stomach growls. It may happen. All right, this is the energy oracle. What else do we have? The garden and the gates and the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel. Fifth chakra is the solar plexus chakra, which is self-definition. You understand yourself now better than you ever have. And that's why it's easier for you to be more discerning. We do have the garden and the gate, and this is about somebody who feels like they need to be cautious. It's interesting because I feel like you're getting both messages from this garden and the gate, which is basically it's wise to be like selective, be your own bouncer, right? Nobody gets to hang out in your energy unless they're high vibration. But at the same time, you don't want to be overly protective of your energy. You still want to be able to meet new people or entertain the idea of falling in love. So leverage the fact that you know yourself better than you ever have, and you'll make the right choice. All right, this is the Kipper. Hello, Pharaoh. Did I say hi to Tiana? I can't remember. Hello, Khalil. How we doing? All right, we've got gifts and adjudication. I say this all the time, and I hope I don't irritate you all. But when you make the right choice, when you show that you've healed from a situation and you're ready for better, the universe is like, bet, I got you. They're going to deliver because you've decided what your worth is. You've decided you're not willing to settle. That's why with the gift card, we know there's good energy coming in to reinforce that decision. It's like the universe wants to pat you on the back and be like, exactly what we were hoping you were going to do. Good job. So we have message number 7 and family room in the reverse. This is somebody that you don't know very well. Somebody sends you a message or an invitation. And I do feel like this is somebody who you briefly meet and they want to like take you out, or they want to find an opportunity to get to know you better. All right, this is the Romance Angel Oracle. I'm glad to hear that, Khalil. Hello, Upper Echelon. How are you doing? So we've got religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. Attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Some of you need to get out and about. Go smell the roses. Go golfing, go fishing, go to the county fair, whatever it is. I mean, that's probably a couple months away, but you got to get out and about. No hermiting. Children. Your love life is being affected by children. For some of you, this could be impacting how you're selective, right? More selective because you have a child, you want to make sure they're safe. Selective in the sense of, you don't want to have children, or your children are grown. Whatever it is, you're taking that in consideration, and maybe previously you didn't. But that's why we have somebody who's more selective now, right? We've got stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. I thought it was love. Same thing. So let go of this thing that doesn't work. I don't think it'll be too difficult for you to do so. And remember that sometimes it's shocking just how quickly things turn around after you let go. Hello, Hayden. How are you doing? What's up, puppy? I don't know if you guys could hear that. So we've got waiting in the reverse, malady, and death. So instead of waiting for heartbreak, instead of waiting for things to go south, you were able to just cut things off and say, you know what, that's okay. I think it's probably best for us to go our separate ways. And it, like, over and over again, this message is saying it's because you're willing to not go down the same path. You're showing that you've learned this lesson, that this is not the kind of relationship you're looking for. That's why this good option for you romantically comes in, because you're able to identify that the connection you were considering was not necessarily a good idea. Your ability to stay strong on that and reject it and focus on things that are actually, aligned. That's why you get what you want. So the foe is the person that isn't really a good match for you romantically. Constancy is saying you stick with those requirements, or, you're not going to settle. But we've got melancholy for a reason. And I do feel like this is, for many of you, the person that you reject initially, it's, okay, that's fine. But they may decide they want to contact you again. They may decide they miss you. Or you've got somebody from your past, very similar energy, very lustful, that is going to also hit you up. And you're going to have to probably reject that person as well. It's all about keeping in mind that if the perfect person that, you could possibly find walks into your life, do you want to be like rushing around trying to make sure that you're actually single for that person? Or do you just want to be single when they walk around, Oh, that's okay, key controller. We'll miss you though. Hello, Jim. How's it going? This is the Santa Muerte. 5 of Pentacles. Somebody who's walking away. 6 of Pentacles in the reverse and the Page of Swords in the reverse. Instead of viewing this as a loss, you're viewing it as a win, because you know what you're looking for. You're not looking for external validation. You don't need somebody to tell you look good in those jeans. You just want to have some actual companionship. We've got 7 of Swords in the reverse. There's that reality check, Empress, and the 2 of Swords in the reverse. I think this is just a huge high five from the universe saying, good on you for knowing your value and not getting caught up in connections that would really just make you feel insecure or make you feel like you'd waste your time. So your intuition and your ability to perceive like intentions or energy, super, super accurate right now. Well done. 10 of Pentacles, King of Swords in the reverse, 9 of Wands in the reverse. I do feel like there's somebody who, this could be a third person. This could be somebody who's like your ex, that maybe the first person reminded you of, but there's somebody here who's coming back around and they're lying to you about wanting a long-term relationship. Some of you are getting like multiple tests before this really great love opportunity comes in for you. It's like, okay, but did you really learn your lesson? Are you really done with that person? So don't give up as far as that discernment or that intuition. It is guiding you. And I do feel like there is a really beautiful relationship just like waiting for you. You just have to make sure that you're not getting tempted by people who you know are not serious or who still have a lot of healing to go through. So you can choose the unhealed options and repeat a karmic cycle, or you can choose the new person and it's more honest energy. Seems to have a lot of potential. I'm excited for you. Let's see. Oops. It's okay. It didn't break. Which would have been kind of funny because it's a heart. We're going to go with the Egyptian tarot and then we'll call it a day because I need to eat some food. All right. What else do we need to know about this new love interest that is high vibrational? Two of Swords in the reverse. I do feel like you'll know relatively quickly. This is going to be something to do with how they speak. They put you at ease because of their conversation, or I think their transparency. We've got stars in the reverse and the moon. This is not somebody who is secretive. I feel like I think they tell you a story about something that they've gone through. It could be trauma. It could be a breakup. It could be something to do with their family. But it makes you see that you two have something in common in terms of things that you've gone through. Kind of gives like a little bit of a dark night of the soul. For example, some of you may, I don't know, kind of commiserate with a new love over divorce or, co-parenting, things that have been a little bit of a struggle, but also taught you how to be strong. Ace of Pentacles, King of Wands in the reverse, Ace of Swords in the reverse. You just have to be cautious. It's like there's this really good offer, but there's also somebody here who's just interested in naked time. So I trust in your intuition, and hopefully you do too, but I'm seeing that you have multiple options.